Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back for the N Sane Trilogy. When we last left off, we completed, for the most part, 3 levels. You know, we got all the crystals from those 3 levels. And now we're going to move on to the pits. So here we go. Alright. Man, I tell you one thing that I'm really liking about this, the remake, is how that, I mean, okay, when the game first came out, the N Sane Trilogy specifically, I will admit the load times were quite annoying. They were longer than what we kind of hoped. A lot of us, I think, hoped that, oh, the load times weren't going to be too bad, but they ended up being just bearable. For most people's standards. But yeah, really, okay. But yeah, thankfully, since they released this game on other systems and released 2 DLC levels for Crash 1 and Crash 3, the game has been fixed. And you know, loading screen wise, the length of the loading screens have been reduced, which is good. You know, the game doesn't take forever just to load up a single level, like it sort of did back when the game first came out, which was very annoying. Woo! Now I think this is a level which I'm going to have to do a bit of what we like to say in the industry, a bit of backtracking, because as you can see, there's some wireframe boxes, and I always forget which way you're supposed to go to get the crystal. Anyway, this is my if there's any problems with the original game and this remake, backtracking's not fun, like, at all. I'm always nervous because, as you can see, there's some open pits. Like that! Joy. How the heck did I kill that enemy? It looked like I landed on the spikes. Really? You know what I'm tempted to do? Let's try going back through the level again. Normally. Oh, I hate backtracking! Alright. Let's just go this way. Get out of here. Little armadillos. I want to try and kill these enemies first before I even attempt to, you know, backtrack within a level, because I don't want to deal with that. Alright, kill you. Kill you. Get the crystal. Excellent. Kill you. Kill that. Alright, now try to backtrack as best as possible without getting killed. Would be great. Alright, 2 extra lives. Yeah, I forgot the boxes in this level. Hey, 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 hey. Kill that thing. Doesn't help that I haven't got an Aku Aku mask. Okay, now we can move forward. Thank God. We have the crystal, we've broken these boxes. This eagle can... Anyway, now that that torment is over, we can now continue within the level. And kill these moles. Right, what's up? Bonus! Alright. Alright. Excellent. Alright, 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 nice. Nicely done. We got 3 extra lives. Oh, I take it back. We're about to get... Yeah, we got another life. Nice. I also forgot to mention, if you press the triangle button in the level, you can actually see how many boxes there are that you've picked, that you've broke, and how many boxes there are left to break, which is very handy, which, by the way, that actually wasn't a feature until Crash 3, because Crash 1 and 2 did not have that, which is, you know, I'm very happy they added that in for the N Sane Trilogy for all 3 games, which... I think I probably already did mention in the first game, the first first Crash game for the N Sane Trilogy, which I had already done a playthrough of. Huzzah! Okay, yeah, no more Crash Dance. Right, Crash Dash, the final level of this tier of levels. See how fast that loading time was? Like, jeez. Ah, yes, and here we're introduced, or reintroduced, to the almighty Boulder Chase levels, in which we have to run away from a giant boulder. So, yeah, we need to be careful here. Now, I forget, but I think if you do miss crates, you can let the boulder destroy the crates, and it will still count, so... You know, I am given a bit of leeway here, I believe. We are raking in the lives. That's awesome. It's good because at least that means that there's a less chance of us getting a game over, which, you know, it's better to not get a game over. I'd rather not get a game over at all. Alright. Okay. And now let's go. Boing. Careful. Ah. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, righty then. Whew. I am always a little bit intimidated by those sections because I'm always worried that I'll miscount and accidentally break it when I didn't mean to and just fall to my death, which is not fun. As you saw right there, the crate was destroyed by the boulder, so I think it counts. We'll have to wait and see when we get to the end. Come on. Forget the pickups. Yay, it counted. Alright. Phew! And here we are. We got a crystal. And we got a gem. Alright. You know what? Yeah. Do you Crash Dance, Crash? Eh. And I don't know if you guys know about this, but in the original, there was actually a bit of dialogue from Cortex saying there's enemies that are trying to stop us, and what you'd have to do is you would stand on this platform here and then ride it up to the next warp room, and you'll be facing off against the boss. But being that the N Sane Trilogy changes up the warp rooms, in which the boss gate is now here instead of going up, that bit of dialogue I think got scrapped. So here we are, we're facing off against the first boss, Ripperoo. As you can see, he's returned from Crash 1. Now looking more smart, I guess. Looking more like a scholar. Anyway, this boss fight is actually pretty simple. You first got to wait until he bounces about with his TNTs, and then he'll turn into sort of like a... This boss fight is kind of a Jekyll and Hyde thing. Once he's blown up with TNTs, he becomes Mr. Hyde or something, and starts to lay down nitro crates on the ground. Basically, you just want to wait until they blow up and then hit him when he gets stunned. You can hit him when he's wearing... You can basically hit him once he's stunned when he's got the yellow hair out. So like right now. There we go. Now it does suck that this boss fight is kind of too easy, in my opinion. I would have liked it if they had given us a completely new phase, so that... okay. So that it could, I don't know, make the boss fight more... longer. But there we go, we beat him. Huzzah. And just like that, Ripperoo is defeated. And in the original, this is where we would be automatically in the next warp room, but being that this game is different, now we have to travel up. And here we are into warp room number 2.
I see that Ripperoo failed to prove much of a challenge yet again. But back to business. There are crystals to be gathered, 20 to be exact. The planets will align shortly, all 13 of them, and this will create a power great enough to rip the Earth apart. Properly utilized, however, the crystals can absorb and contain the energy.
Crash, is that you? I've been looking everywhere. I don't have much time to tell you this. You have to be careful. Trusting Cortex seems a little unwise, Crash. I can't keep the data path open much longer. Crash, you need to...
And of course, Coco instantly cuts out from her transmission. Even though here she is. Yes, like I probably already mentioned in the Crash 1 playthrough of the N Sane Trilogy, you have the ability to completely switch it up with Coco. And play through all the levels as Coco if you wanted. Basically, she plays exactly the same as Crash, except you're playing as Coco, which is nice. And the last little thing I want to show before we end things off is, as you can see, there's a little polar bear. Oh. And I think you guys know where this is going. If you jump on this polar bear, I think 10 times... Secrets galore! And you get, I think, 10 lives. So that's interesting. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna end this episode here. If you enjoyed this episode of Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, for the N Sane Trilogy, please do leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!